I'm going to eat a brownie in front of you. I just relaunched my Fat Loss Fast System ebook. It's the 4th edition, and I completely rewrote the whole entire thing. My philosophy is intermittent fasting, flexible dieting, and don't diet. Stop dieting. Stop slashing your calories. And I realize that most of us have slashed our calories over the years, and many of us are trapped eating very few calories. So the whole purpose of my system is to teach you how to gradually add back the calories so that you're eating a healthy amount of calories and you'll stop being tormented by food. You'll stop demonizing food. I want you to have a really healthy relationship with food. You know, like the way we were when we were kids. We didn't think twice about food. It didn't control us. We were totally in control of food. So I want to teach you how to recapture that. I'm so stoked for all the people who decided, hey, it's time to quit dieting once and for all. And they picked up the Fat Loss Fast ebook and they're now part of my Team SS. I have a Team SS Facebook group. And I love this group. It's my passion to help people on their journey to improving their relationship with food. You know, it's a misconception that you have to demonize food and slash calories in order to lose fat. That's not true at all. But it's the way we've been taught to think. So the hard part is trying to get past that. And I wanted to share with you a comment that I read in my Team SS group today. Here's the comment. Day 1 of intermittent fasting for the first time. I normally eat as soon as I wake up or within the hour. I did make it to 11 hours. That's amazing for your first fast to make it to 11 hours. If you've never fasted before, then you're metabolically inflexible. You're not used to burning your own fat for fuel, and that's why you feel hungrier than a hostage in a holdup. But I teach you strategies to improve your metabolic flexibility. It's pretty exciting though, because it only takes a few weeks to become metabolically flexible, to adapt to intermittent fasting, to start burning your own body fat for fuel, which is what you want to do. Props to this person. But, oh yeah, there's always a but. Challenged by fries and gravy for lunch with a friend. And I chose the fries over the salad. I'm trying not to feel bad about it, but mad I didn't have the willpower. I felt like I needed to own up to this. But honestly, how do I not make these poor choices in the future? Contrary to popular belief, the fries were not a poor choice. Now, had her entire diet for the day consisted of fries and gravy, then yes, that would have been a poor choice. So the concept of flexible dieting, it's the 80-20 rule. 80% of what you eat that day is nutritionally dense food. So for example, your chicken, your broccoli, your salad, your fruits. And then the other 20% of what you eat is at your discretion. Discretionary calories, whatever you want. Bread, fries, wine. That's exactly how I approach flexible dieting. I had to break up with the concept of good foods and bad foods. I just view food now as food, and I realize that some foods are going to fuel my body so that it performs better than other foods, and I make the choice to prioritize those foods 80% of the time. But 20% of the time, hells no, I like to indulge guilt-free. And that's the beauty of flexible dieting. There's no guilt. So I want to teach my Team SS how to eat discretionary calories without experiencing even an ounce of guilt. If you understand how flexible dieting works, it's math and science. So you're not going to sabotage your results if you apply the principles correctly on a daily basis. Flexible dieting gets a bad rap because you see all the luscious food being posted all the time all over social media, so you just assume that all of their dietary choices are poor. But it's kind of like how on social media people only show you the highlight reel, so they're only going to show you the luscious stuff. I mean, who wants to watch me eating broccoli on Instagram? Nobody. But I want to eat this brownie in front of you right now to show you that it does not make me feel badly about myself at all. My mom's friend makes these. We all go goo goo gaga over it. Can you see it up close? Look at that, look at that. No guilt. You see, the secret to losing fat isn't cutting your calories and doing copious cardio and demonizing brownies. So my secret to losing fat is training to build muscle, to get stronger, And that means I have to fuel my body with adequate calories so that I can perform well. So by training and fueling with adequate calories, I have been able to favorably change my body composition. I've increased my lean mass, which has turned me into a furnace. I'm a calorie burning machine. That's why I can get away with eating more calories. And that's what I encourage girls to do when they're reverse dieting, so that they will be able to take those extra calories and put them to good use, to build muscle. So today I did my back squats, some chin-ups, some toes to bar, some Z presses. I can't remember what I was saying. So even though I weigh more, my body fat percentage has actually gone down. I weigh more because I have more lean mass on my body. So that's the secret to changing your body composition. Building muscle and fueling your body so that you can build muscle. So every day of my life, I allow myself to have a treat. No guilt. It's fostered a very healthy relationship with food for me. I have complete control over food. Food doesn't control me. And I don't feel this need now to binge on 70 brownies because I wasn't demonizing brownies ever. So it doesn't create this disinhibition effect where all of a sudden, oh my gosh, open the floodgates. And I don't blame my Team SS member for having the fries. But now you understand how flexible dieting works and you can have an action plan every single day. Half of the fun is deciding what your discretionary calories will be. So if you want to learn how to quit dieting, how to reverse diet, how to do intermittent fasting and flexible dieting, then check out my fat loss fast system. And then you can join my Team SS. That was so sweet. I really appreciate that you follow me on YouTube, and my sponsor bodybuilding.com has hooked me up with a coupon for you. So use code SarahSolomon10 at checkout, and that applies to anything on their site. And I'm always throwing giveaways courtesy of my sponsors BSN and bodybuilding.com. So you can click the card on the upper right of your screen to enter my giveaways. This week I'm giving away a box of BSN Synthesix Protein Crisp Bars. They're amazing. They're like better than Rice Krispie Squares. And they have protein. And I'm giving away that cute bodybuilding.com tank top. I want to show you the cool recipe I made with the protein bar. So that's a protein bar parfait. And my Team SS members, Jose Cloutier, made it, as well as Army Fernandez. Hers is gorgeous. And Rebecca Capodicis. It's beautiful. Click the card to get this super easy recipe. I'd also like to brag about Team SS member Larissa. She started my fat loss fast system, and she realized she wasn't eating enough calories, which is true for a lot of us who've dieted too much over the years. She was only eating 1,500 calories a day, and after reverse dieting, she's now at 1,900 calories a day, and she's improved her body composition. But the best part is number 8. After 12 years of struggles, she kissed binge eating goodbye. That's awesome. I'm really proud of these girls, so thank you for letting me brag about them to you. All right, let's take a look at some of my training from this past week. So I work out at home alone, and I also a couple days a week work out at the CrossFit gym with my coach. And this was the warm-up, which quite frankly was more like the workout. I didn't want to tell him that because I didn't want him to think I was a pussy. So we're trying to improve my power, my explosivity, working the external torque chain, really focusing on the glute medius. That looks like a deadlift, but it's not. It's actually the top part of a squat. And I'm happier with my overhead carries because the shoulder mobility is improving, so it feels a lot more comfortable. Here we're doing the rope pulls, working the internal torque chain. That rope just keeps going on forever. And here we're working external torque chain, so rear delt flies. It was a good bro sesh, with ab wheel rollouts focusing on external torque. Bottom up presses are a great way to fix issues with your shoulder mechanics. You can't cheat with these or else you'll smack yourself in the head. Note that I vary the grips for my pull-ups, and I hold at the top to really activate the lower traps and the lats, and I go into full arm extension because, hey, it's a bonus way to improve my shoulder mobility because I'm strengthening throughout the full range of motion. Being in Coco alert. This was the first time I was able to do dumbbell snatches. I could do it on the right all along, but I couldn't on the left because there wasn't enough mobility. And forcing it through when you don't have enough mobility is a recipe for injury. So I was very patient, and now I have enough mobility that I can do it. So I'm pretty excited about that. Just so you know, I air squat every single day. Single arm overhead squats. Notice how I struggle to keep the elbow locked out as I descend into the squat. So what I'm working towards is the ability to apply torque at my end ranges when I'm in awkward positions like a deep squat. More pull-ups. This time I'm using a conventional grip. And since my left shoulder mobility has improved, I'm feeling so much better doing the snatches and overhead squats. But right now my priority is improving the mobility before I load up with heavier weights. And that's my Blue Point Siamese, Coco, and you can see Bean on the shark. He's jealous. He wants to do it too. She's obsessed with my shoelaces. All right, another day. I'm pretty stoked about my new shoulder active range of motion, so I'm strengthening it through my full active range of motion. There's still something sketchy though with the left shoulder mobility. You can see the left elbow still kind of bends and it doesn't look symmetrical. Just something's not quite right there. But you know, I'm a work in progress. Split squats, and I'm really focusing on using my inner hamstring as I descend. Push-ups. Ever since I started strengthening my chest muscles, I've noticed huge improvements in my shoulder active range of motion. Here I'm doing chin-ups, so I vary it up. I've got the L-sit version, I do the conventional version, I do a version with cats everywhere. I'm just super excited that I can actually do chin-ups and pull-ups. Same with my toes to bar. These are getting so much better. Watch Bean. What are you doing? I don't think it's a good idea. Let go. Every single time I do Z presses, Bean brings me the sort of sheep. Thank you. Thank you. Back squats. You know, I used to hate doing these because, well, I couldn't do them properly and they would hurt me because I wasn't using the right muscles. So I would compensate with the wrong muscles and that would give me knee pain. So this is pretty exciting that I'm able to do this without any symptoms at all in my knees, and that's because my posterior chain is stronger. I am moving at my own pace. At this stage in the game, my newest record is 135 pounds for 3 reps. I'm hoping this summer that eventually I'll be able to do my own body weight, which would be 145 pounds. But again, this is not a rush. This is about moving well. This is to improve my thoracic spine mobility. So if you want to be able to lock your arms out overhead and have great shoulder active range of motion, you need to also have really great thoracic spine mobility. This is very challenging. It looks innocuous, but I thought my head was going to explode. Like if you can do more than 5 reps, you're doing it wrong. So now we're just testing to see how my active range of motion is. You can see on the left that I'm not quite locking out in the frontal plane. It's slightly anterior to it. The right side's no problem. But I'm happy with the left because I'm at least keeping the elbow locked out. So, you know what? I've come so far with this. Really. I'm really proud of myself, and I'm excited to take it even further over time with consistency. Ever since we've really been going to town with the chest, we've noticed improvements with my left shoulder mobility. So we vary the grips, and that was actually really heavy. He made that 85 pounds, and there was a few times I was like, help, help. Okay, I don't know what it is about the rope pulls lately, but I've been really struggling with them. And like, I don't want him to think that I'm a pussy, so I'm like trying really hard, but secretly I'm dying inside. I think maybe he put more weight on the sled and he didn't tell me. He also made the rope longer too. You see, he doesn't tell me how much stuff weighs. He won't tell me until after the fact, because for me, ignorance is bliss. I can lift more if I don't know how much I'm lifting. Thanks for
watching my video to the very end. I appreciate your time and attention. And for daily motivation, I do post every single day on my Facebook, my Instagram, my Snapchat, and my Twitter. So you can check out those social media sites as well. I was also informed by some people that I forgot to do my subscribe or else at the end of the last couple of videos. So subscribe or else you'll have to go to the bathroom, but there's no bathrooms around.